Where's your phone at?
It's in my titties. You're not allowed to touch it. You're a male officer. I don't want you touching me. I do not give you respect to touch me.
Would you shut up?
Oh,
shut up.
Please don't arrest me.
It's too late.
Okay, hold your breath. Because what you're about to hear, it's this real-life collision, costume and consequence, all caught right on camera.
Yeah, it's intense.
Imagine the flashing lights cutting through the dark, that sudden command from a police officer.
Yeah.
But then the twist, the person getting pulled over, dressed as a cop.
It's immediately jarring, isn't it? That clash of realities right there. The whole idea just, well, it sets off alarm bells.
Absolutely chilling. And where's this all come from? It's raw footage, folks. Excerpts from a YouTube video, Law and Crime Bodycam channel, called Halloween Cop Faces Off with the Real Police. The place, Bedman, Ohio. It's near Halloween, so you've already got that kind of spooky, anything can happen vibe. The irony, almost suffocating.
It really feels like a loaded situation, just waiting to go off. It's not just random.
Exactly. So our main players step into this really bizarre drama. There's Officer Bill, seems pretty calm actually considering, and then Kylie Danis, decked out in a police costume. Her boyfriend's there too. What kicks it all off? It sounds so mundane at first. A traffic stop. Ran a red light, made an improper left turn. Simple stuff, right? But something feels off to Officer Bill straight away.
And those initial seemingly minor things, they're the legal hook. That's the justification for the stop. They're kind of the fuse that lights the whole thing.
And boy, does it ignite. This isn't just about a ticket. It escalates fast into outstanding warrants, total defiance, and then eventually a physical confrontation with the police. So, yeah, buckle up.
What's really striking right from the start is how quickly something that seems unremarkable can just shatter.
Yep.
Explode into something else entirely.
Okay, so the body cam's rolling. Officer Bill walks up to the car. Kylie's driving. Boyfriend's in the passenger seat. First thing he asks for, driver's license.
Standard procedure.
Her answer, don't have one.
Miss, do you have your driver's license on you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But he has a license.
Do you have a license?
No.
Okay.
Then the boyfriend chimes in and explains Kylie was driving because he'd had a few drinks. Boom. Suddenly the stakes jump way up.
Yeah, that admission just deepens everything, legally speaking. It shifts focus. It's not just traffic violations anymore. Now there's potential impairment, adding all these layers of risk.
And then the real bombshell.
Yeah.
Officer Bill runs the boyfriend's info, and bingo, big red flag. Active arrest warrant.
Oh, wow.
Out of Pennsylvania for misdemeanors, simple assault. And the backstory. Almost unbelievable. Apparently, it stems from a fight at some party where Kylie, look at this, Kylie allegedly filed a false police report.
Okay, that's the lightning strike right there. That warrant discovery completely flips the script, changes the whole dynamic from a traffic stop to something much, much more serious, an unexpected legal mess.
You can almost feel the air tighten, right? And Kylie, her first reaction is like trying to wave it away. Says the warrant's no good because she lied about the assault.
Right.
She even says she tried calling the Pennsylvania officer to take it back. It tells a desperate move.
And what's really fascinating there, and honestly kind of alarming, is her belief that just saying I lied makes a legal warrant disappear. That's not how the system works.
Right on.
You know, once a warrant's issued, there's a whole formal process. Courts get involved, maybe more investigation. It doesn't just poof vanish because you make a phone call.
Yeah.
It's a really stark lesson in, well, legal reality.
Exactly. And then things ramp up again. Second officer arrives,
Yeah.
which, standard procedure when there's a warrant.
Makes sense.
But Kylie, she completely loses it. Gets really agitated, starts flat out refusing direct orders to step out of the car.
Okay, I don't know why you're having such an attitude right now.
Because I already told you what the truth was and that the warrant is invalid, and you're still talking about taking my man.
Okay.
My
Well,
fiance.
because if we have a warrant that's confirmed through leads, don't close that window.
I'm allowed to roll my window.
All right, do me a favor. Step out.
No,
Step out. Yes.
No, I'm not stepping out of
Ma'am.
Repeatedly. And then she starts citing Supreme Court cases. Maryland versus Wilson, Pennsylvania versus Mims. But she's got it totally wrong. Claims she has the right to stay put.
And this just highlights something dangerous, doesn't it? A little bit of legal knowledge or maybe a misunderstanding of it can lead to really terrible choices, those cases. They actually confirm the officer's authority to ask people to exit the vehicle during a lawful stop.
So she's completely misapplying them.
Completely. It just escalates the whole confrontation.
Misguided doesn't even cover it. Her defiance becomes almost theatrical. You can hear it shift in her voice. She actually declares, "This isn't your show. This is my show."
Wow.
It's just bizarre, surreal, and you just know it's going to backfire spectacularly.
Well, yeah, that statement alone shows such a fundamental misunderstanding of the power dynamic. I mean, when police give a lawful command, resisting, it almost always just makes things worse. Always.
No surprise then. The boyfriend, he gets placed under arrest. Valid Pennsylvania warrant. And Kylie has this sudden emotional outburst, like a tearful, high-pitched "Daddy, I love you." It just adds another layer of weirdness to the whole unfolding disaster.
Getting arrested.
Okay, calm down.
That's the only reason why I'm upset, because he doesn't have any reason to be arrested.
Good.
He never hit me. It
Okay.
was a girl, and I lied.
The first one is valid through Newcastle, showing not valid through Ohio, break for code 9.
Go ahead with it.
But you have to understand, I lied.
I do understand that.
23 full extradition out of Pennsylvania. It's going to be for a simple assault. Break.
Good. Yeah. He's been cool.
Leave your phone there. I'll get it for you. Here, I'll get it. You want it, right? Come on, John.
And depending on what he decides, he might face an extradition hearing there in Ohio before they even send him back to Pennsylvania for the original charge. It shows how the legal system reaches across state lines.
So, boyfriend's in custody. You'd think maybe things might calm down. Nope. Wrong again. Of course. All eyes on Kylie now. Officers find out her driver's license. Suspended. So boom, another immediate legal issue, a ticket for that.
Okay.
And then her behavior takes another weird turn. She makes this strange comment, kind of dismissive, about smelling marijuana in the car, says, "Beats me," even though she'd claimed she was sober earlier.
Her story just keeps changing, doesn't it? All these inconsistencies, the denials. It just undermines her credibility with the officers even more.
And then comes this really shocking moment of resistance. They need to pat her down. For weapons officer says it's because of her volatile attitude by this point.
Understandable, given everything else.
But Kylie absolutely refuses. Adamantly refuses to let a male officer get her phone from her bra.
Where's your phone at?
It's in my titties. You're not allowed to touch it. You're a male officer. I don't want you touching me. I do not give you respect to touch me. No.
And that refusal right there on top of everything else she's done, defying orders, resisting, that's the basis for the obstructing official business charge. Police need to ensure their safety, hindering a lawful search. That carries real legal weight.
The whole situation is just completely spiraling. Officers try to get her into the patrol car, but she physically resists, starts pushing back.
Oh, man.
And she keeps repeating, almost desperately, "I literally didn't do anything. I didn't do anything." But it sounds so hollow against, well, everything we're seeing her do.
Yeah, the body cam footage probably paints a very different picture from her claims of innocence, doesn't it? Actively resisting being put in the car. That's another clear act of non-compliance. More trouble.
And then the moment that changes everything, an officer states it clearly, emphatically, Kylie kicked him in the arm.
Oh, no.
This alleged physical act, it leads to a much, much more serious charge.
Yeah.
Assault on a police officer.
Now you're under arrest for assault on a police officer.
I didn't assault a police officer.
You did. You kicked me in my arm.
I got into the car, sir. Come on. Get off of me. Get off of me.
The stakes just went through the roof.
Assaulting an officer? That's incredibly serious. We're talking potentially significant penalties. This jump from verbal resistance, even passive resistance, to physical aggression, it just massively amplifies her legal problems.
The end of the clip is stark. You see Kylie being taken into custody, the cold handcuffs replacing the, Halloween costume stuff.
Yeah.
The charges are read out. Obstructing official business, resisting arrest, and that felony assault on an officer. Boyfriend's also off to jail on the Pennsylvania warrant. Amazingly, the officers decide, at least initially, not to tow their car.
Looking back at that whole chain of events, it's chillingly clear, isn't it? Her consistent refusal to cooperate at basically every single point, it led directly to this awful outcome. What started as a minor traffic issue just snowballed into really serious criminal charges.
It's almost unbelievable. A Halloween costume, a couple of minor traffic things, and suddenly, wham. the full force of the legal system comes down.
Yeah.
The big takeaway here, I think, has to be the terrifying speed. How fast a situation that seems small can just explode into major legal trouble because of, well, bad choices and just not cooperating.
And if you step back, look at the bigger picture, this whole incident is such a stark reminder, isn't it, about understanding and, frankly, respecting police authority, even if you think they're wrong in the moment.
Right.
The legal system has ways to address grievances later, but fighting back, resisting lawful orders right then and there, it almost always makes a bad situation exponentially worse.
Would you shut up?
I'll
Shut up.
Please don't arrest me.
It's too late.
What?
So if you don't sit in that car, I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to pull you into that car, and I don't want to do that. So sit down.
Arrest me.
Let's not make this hard.
Think about all the layers here, just stacked one on top of the other. The red light, the warrant popping up from that alleged false report she made earlier, then the defiance, fueled by misunderstanding the law, and finally, the alleged physical assault.
It's a cascade.
It really forces you to ask, what if? What if Kylie had just complied right at the beginning? What might have been avoided? And what does this whole bizarre spectacle tell us about how we understand authority, or maybe misunderstand it, and just how unforgiving the legal system can be?
And that raises a really vital question for you, listening right now. How would you react in that kind of high-pressure situation with police? This case, it really stands as a sobering example of the huge, lasting consequences that can flow from the choices we make in those critical moments.
It's a crazy world out there, truly unpredictable. And as this deep dive just chillingly shows, sometimes even a costume, one meant to look like authority, offers zero protection from the real thing. For the real consequences of your actions, the body cam sees it all, unblinking. And the reality it shows, far more dramatic and way more legally binding than any Halloween fantasy.
Kylie is whisked away to jail, where she was booked for resisting arrest, obstructing official business, and assault on a police officer. The man who was with Kylie received a lighter outcome, but he would still be arrested.
Appreciate your cooperation. She's now in more trouble than she had to be. She should have just been quiet, cooperated. She kicked an officer. Now she's looking to assault a police officer, felony charge. Car's getting towed, the whole 9 yards. We had a ride coming for her, and she just wouldn't cooperate.
My vehicle is getting towed.
Is that your vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.